Well, it looks like we're looking at the other side of the Univega Mesa because it's no gear, new crank, BSA bottom bracket, you know, advent with a clutch, this, that, or the other. The only difference between this bike and the bike that was here before is this one's the Mullet. So this one has the 29 in the front as a, you know, this, that, or the other. 29 fork and 29 wheel off. That was a takeoff from another bike. Now, the way I finally wound up with the spacers, I put one on the top, one on the bottom, and then pointed up in a more traditional manner. Just to get it at the right height. Because the 29-inch wheel raised a little bit, so I lowered the stem just a little bit to counteract that by one spacer, which isn't a whole lot, but it's a little bit. Now, what I did was I bought the IXF crank, and the bike that I had on video was actually this bike, which has the upgraded wheels. Now, if I like the Mullet on that bike, and finally it got the gear that went with that crank set, because I bought, well, remember, day late, dollar short. The gears are coming in. Now, the crank I took off of that bike, because I had just a POS crank on this GT, which I'm rebuilding for my daughter, I put on this bike because it has 4 bolts. You can take off this guard and replace the gear with whatever gear you want, as far as a narrow wide chainring. So that went to this bike. So it's another takeoff piece that actually upgraded the bike. So this little GT, by the end of the day, is gonna have some really cool parts on it. Anyway, thought I'd run you through the process, but we're slowly but surely going to possibly take these 2 bikes out and run them through their paces and see how the 27 as opposed to the Mullet that was made out of a 27. So this back end is still a 27 rear end with a 29 front fork and a 29 wheel. Anyway, have a good one.